My name is Bob Backstein. I developed the home DVD. I've spent time as a real estate broker and sales professional. Currently, I'm an ASHI certified home inspector. I've spent the last 16 years running my own home inspection business. These experiences have given me valuable insights, and I want to share those with you as real estate buyers and sellers. I've taken the most valuable information and put it on this video presentation and placed it on the home DVD. In my business, I see a lot of things that people do wrong in their real estate transactions. To help me illustrate that, I'm going to use a story about the Jones family and the costly mistakes they make when they go to buy a house. Later on, they go to sell their house. They make a lot of costly mistakes there as well. But I also see things that people do right, and they have good experiences. So I want to include the Smith family in this story too. The Jones have 4 children. They live in a smaller home that is bursting at the seams. They can afford a larger home, but Mr. Jones thinks the smaller home is adequate, especially since he spends most of his time away at work. However, Mrs. Jones feels different and is on the hunt for a larger home in the West Hampshire neighborhood. Finally, a home comes on the market in the West Hampshire neighborhood. Mrs. Jones wants to take a look at it, but she doesn't know any real estate agents except for her cousin Duffy. Duffy was a top car salesperson at a local auto dealer, but the dealer recently went out of business. So Duffy made a career change and became a licensed real estate agent 3 months ago. Mrs. Jones calls her cousin Duffy and sets an appointment to see the house. Most of the family is excited to see the house. As a matter of fact, to Duffy's surprise, the Jones family, who is rarely on time for anything, shows up early for their appointment. They can hardly wait to see the house. They pile in the car to go view the house. They like what they see. Even Mr. Jones likes the idea of buying this house. So they have cousin Duffy write up an offer. The house was priced correctly at $360,000. The Jones made an offer of $340,000, making the spread between the listing price and the offer price a $20,000 difference. The seller who would like to sell but does not really have a need to sell makes a counteroffer of $350,000, lowering the spread to $10,000. Mrs. Jones, who's been looking for a long time to find a house that meets their needs in the West Hampshire neighborhood, wants to seal the deal and accept the seller's counteroffer. Mr. Jones, who's known to be a tightwad but believes himself to be a great negotiator, decides to counter the seller's counteroffer. He makes a counteroffer of $345,000. The Jones present their offer to the sellers. The sellers reject it. At this point, the spread to make the deal work is only $5,000. By the way, $5,000 financed over 30 years at 7% interest is only about $33 a month. $1.10 a day is what's keeping the Jones family from owning the home of their dreams. It's Friday, and Cousin Duffy has a golf tournament planned for the weekend. He tells the Jones that they can get together on Monday and represent the offer at $350,000, since he knows that the sellers will take this. What he doesn't know and what the Jones don't know is about the Smith family. On Friday morning, Mr. and Mrs. Smith fly into town to meet Kathy at the airport. Kathy is a reputable real estate agent that works with a relocation company. The Smiths know that school is starting soon and want to make the move easy for their children. They've already discussed it with each other and are prepared to make a buying decision this weekend if they find the right house. They spent most of the day Saturday with Kathy and finally found a house they like. The house they like the most is the same house that the Jones like. They make a full price offer on Saturday evening, and it's accepted without any glitches. The Smiths definitely aced the Jones out on this transaction. At this point, I want to go over with sellers how to perform a home seller survey. Even though you're performing this survey, I still recommend that you call a qualified home inspector to perform a more detailed pre-market home inspection. The home seller survey is a cursory evaluation that a seller can do to gain immediate feedback of the general condition and sellability of their home. First, let's start with what you'll need to perform the home seller survey. A printed form for the home seller survey. It's an Acrobat document that you can find on the home DVD. You'll need a pen or pencil, a flashlight, and a set of binoculars if you have them. One thing I want to talk about is galvanized hot and cold water pipes, because they're very common in homes that were built prior to the late 1960s. These pipes age and tend to corrode on the inside, causing a mineral buildup and flow restriction. They also tend to leak around the threaded joints. The estimated life expectancy is about 40 to 50 years. An easy place to view the pipes to see if they're galvanized or another type of pipe is by the hot water tank. Just remember that the pipes that are by your hot water tank don't necessarily reflect what's running through the rest of your house. When you're looking at the kitchen, run the faucet in the kitchen. Operate the kitchen disposal if there is one. Also operate the spray wand on the kitchen sink if you have one of those. Look under the kitchen sink for any leaks. In the bathrooms, run all plumbing fixtures. Operate the sink faucet and make sure that both the hot and cold operate and that they have adequate flow. The sink should drain properly. Use a flashlight to check under the sink for leaks. Flush the toilet and run a flashlight along the bottom of the floor around the outside of the toilet to look for leaks.
Hi, I'm Jane McClure, and I own a professional staging company called Home Stylist. And we're in a home today that we're going to get ready for the market. So what I'm going to share with you is how to prepare a home, how to get it ready, so that when the buyer walks in, when the real estate agent walks in, the first thing they see are some very positive things. And this, we're going to set this up so that maybe it wouldn't necessarily be the way that you live in a home, but it will be the way that it's going to be shown to best advantage. We'll photograph the best, and we'll also have a flow to it so that the real estate agent and any potential buyer can walk through the home with ease. I'd like to introduce you to Monica Abercrombie and Kathy Goodwin. These are my two assistants, and they've been with me for a couple of years, and they've just do a fantastic job for me. So we are going to be taking all of the things out of this room as it exists right now so that we can start with a fresh palette and re-envision how we want this room to turn out. First, we're going to start with what's going on with the windows. In this particular case, they're quite lovely, and the point I want to make is that this isn't about my taste over another person's taste, but in particular, these things are blocking some of the view and some of the excitement, which is really about all these fantastic trees. So we want to take advantage of this, and we want to bring the outside to the inside. So we're going to make some adjustments to the window coverings here. We're also going to add something to the floor so that the furniture doesn't feel like it's floating, but instead is a little bit more anchored. So this line right here, which is the height of the mantel, that's the next thing that we're going to be working on and trying to get finished up. So I'm liking the bones of this. I like that. That's good. Although what you have done is you have robbed everything I was going to put in the master bathroom. Thank you very much.
This message is for real estate professionals only. It won't be contained on the DVD that you distribute to your customers. Whether you're a new agent or a top producer, the home DVD can pay for itself many times over by helping you build your real estate business. Here's a few ways the home DVD can do this. This is the first way. We know that name and photo recognition is used by successful real estate professionals to promote themselves. The home DVD uses name and photo recognition on a unique mini DVD business card to make a lasting impression with your current and future customers. It makes you look professional and gives you an edge over your competition. When buyers call an agent, it's because they have the confidence that that agent's professional and because somehow that agent made a lasting impression on them. The second way the home DVD can build your real estate business is that it's a listing productivity tool.